aiding the civil government in bringing law and order and helping the government to function where there has been some sort of, I'll say, disenchantment among the people, some sort of, turbulence. So there is where we were actively involved in actually against the terrorist action. You can call it the counter-terrorist operations. Other than that, some of our colleagues have also taken part in Kargil as well as during Op Parakram, and they'll be able to dwell more light on that particular aspect.
I made my debut for the country when the Kargil war was happening, and we were playing Pakistan that time. So there was so much of the crowd expectation. It's like more of a threatening bird saying that you should not lose to Pakistan. I still remember when I came out from Eden Gardens at Calcutta, and we had a bad day and we were losing a test match. And one of the spectators literally caught my collar and said, "Tomorrow if you lose, man, I'm telling you," something like that. I really got tensed. So what was it like when you went through the Kargil war? You're trying to defend your country and all that. So what is the kind of pressure you went through?
Firstly, let me clarify one thing. There are no winners or losers in war. So you could possibly walk out from the Eden Gardens after losing a match. In our case, we can't walk off from the battlefield after losing a battle. That is firstly. As far as war is concerned, whether it's Kargil war or any other war, we go into a war with a mandate behind. We're not looking behind as to what people would think. We are going to defend the country. We go with a passion, we go with a commitment, and a hope of billion people on our shoulders. When you go back home, put off your light in the night, go to sleep. In peace, I would say. That happens because we were there at the border, defending you all. So that's the responsibility you have given us, the shoulder on which the responsibility rests. We go with a passion. We don't, at that point of time, not thinking of our family or what will happen to once something happened to us. So it's that kind of feeling with which anyone who gets trained as an army person or an air force person or navy person moves into a battlefield. And I said earlier, there are no winners or losers. There's only winners out there. Losers don't get back home, or we don't have a spectator threatening us, holding a collar and saying you lost the match.
So how do you feel if your family, husband or somebody is involved in the war? So what type of mental thing you will go through that time?
At that time, obviously, sometimes I feel that, oh, my husband is away from me at that spur of moment. But yes, it is for the good of the country. I feel proud. I feel so honored to be an army officer's wife. And not only with me, not only the wives. Yes, we have the lady cadets. And I feel so proud once when I saw the passing out parade this time. I saw their mothers were glowing, and they had this pride and this glory in their eyes that yes, their child, they are becoming an officer, an army officer. And yes, we have institutes like Army Women Welfare Association. There we have to, we have to fulfill the needs and requirements of the ladies of our army jawans. So army makes you feel pride and honor in both ways, be it in the case of your husband or in yourself. Yes, I'm doing some social service for the mankind.
Okay, I'm sorry to ask you, is it a love marriage or arranged marriage?
It's definitely an arranged marriage, proper arranged marriage.
So your parents are okay to get a son-in-law from army, right?
And they were very happy.
Go into war anytime or something like that.
I am very happy. Can't you see my face glowing?
Yeah, of course, it's glowing. And I want to ask some of you probably, what do you like in the army? Why did you join army?
Well, what is there not to like in the army? I think it's one of the best professions, and like Sir said, a way of life. The best way one can lead one's life. Motivation is from every angle. You get an opportunity to serve the nation, to serve the government of the nation. It brings the biggest feeling of pride and honor in yourself. And when you walk down the road, the way people look at you, the way in the eyes you can see the honor and respect that they have for the uniform, it brings a good feeling to you. So I think this is the best way of life to be on this earth.
I want to ask you something. Today's culture is that, especially the young generation, they all want to go and settle down in abroad, So you think basically the sense of patriotism is It's going down, it's dropping down now. So generally you feel even with the common man, it's slightly they have the sense of patriotism is going
there
on.
has been a lot of awareness, and the government has taken correct steps to encourage the youngsters to join the army, and the results are on the board.
You know, as one of the cadres said that we are protecting this country and all that, but not many people realize and all that. So how do you feel about it? You feel bad about it, or that you are not in the limelight, that you need to get more
As I mentioned
deserving?
to you, we are not there to come into the limelight. We are there to serve the country. We are there to lead the way of life that we have chosen. And that's how the philosophy has been. Whether we come into the limelight, whether we give it awards or not, that is not the criteria. That has never been the criteria.
It's more of a selfless service.
It's a philosophy that you adopt a philosophy and you lead the life accordingly.
So what, if at all you have to give one advice to an youngster to join the army, what will be the first and foremost advice?
I would say that the army life is a complete life. It's a complete circle. What is there not in the army? The challenge is there, adventure is there, the quality is there. In a couple of years down the line, I'll be hanging my uniform. I wouldn't have asked for better life than the army life. I mean, it's a very, very satisfying tenure or inning that you have had.
சார் நம்ம இந்தியன் ஆர்மி அதாவது இங்கே உட்காந்துருக்காங்க எங்கிட்ட நிறைய இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்கான கேள்விகள்லாம் நீங்கள் கேட்டீங்க எப்படி இருக்குது சார் அந்த ஃபீலிங் உங்களுக்கு?
I think உங்களெல்லாம் மீட் பண்ணுறதே ஃபஸ்ட்டு இட்ஸ் an opportunity for us. பிகாஸ் நாளைக்கு நம்ம திருப்பி வீட்டுக்கு போய் சேஃபாக வந்து ரொட்டீனை கண்டினியூ பண்ணுறதுலாம் இவங்க வந்து தேங்க்ஃபுல்லி they are protecting us all the time. And it's always an honor. I think whenever I see an army officer, I feel very proud. I think more than they being proud. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி வந்து கேப்டன் டிவி கொடுத்ததுக்கு மெனி தேங்க்ஸ். ஐ ரியலி என்ஜாய் திஸ் ஈவென்ட். வண்டர்ஃபுல். இட்ஸ் அ டிஃபரெண்ட் இண்டிபெண்டன்ஸ் டே ஃபார் மீ என்டையர்லி.
நிச்சயமாக எல்லாருக்குமே இது ஒரு புதுமையான ஒரு இண்டிபெண்டன்ஸ் டேயாக இருக்கணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி நம்புகிறோம். இந்த ஒரு ஷெட்யூல் எங்களாலே மறக்கவே முடியாது. அந்த அளவுக்கு ஒரு டிஃப்ரெண்ட்டான எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் எங்களுக்கு பார்க்குற உங்களுக்கும் நீங்களும் ஃபீல் பண்ணியிருப்பீங்க. ஸோ ஹாப்பி இண்டிபெண்டன்ஸ் டே.
கேப்டன் டிவி நேயர்கள் அனைவருக்கும் ஹாப்பி இண்டிபெண்டன்ஸ் டே ஒன்ஸ் அகைன்.
Well, after a virtual tour of what sort of training is being conducted here, I'm sure you all viewers would be convinced that the quality of leadership that the Indian Army has is of a very high caliber, and that the security of our nation is in very good hands. That is the Indian Armed Forces. I am sure you would be convinced about it. I have a small message for the youth of this nation, and in particular the youth of Tamil Nadu. If you are looking forward for a career which is full of challenges, which is full of adventure, and which also gives you the satisfaction of serving the country, why don't you consider joining the army? That is my message to you.